today. This is the first of 3 sponsor support calls that we have put together for you to give you a really in-depth kind of first-hand look into Dreamforce 2014. So in this call, we will be covering marketing, branding, PR, as well as social aspects of the conference, and really just how it relates to you as a partner. So joining us today, we have Julie Legal, and she is the VP Dreamforce Chair. I also have Lori Bowers on the call, and she is here with her team from George P. Johnson, and then of course myself and Laura Walensky from the partner marketing team. So after the presentation, we'll definitely open it up to any questions, and we will definitely be recording this call, and we'll go ahead and post that to the ERC for those of you who want to share this information with your team. We have our partner marketing team. I'm sure you will recognize some familiar faces. However, our team has expanded to accommodate the growth of the show. And, you know, as I'm sure you've heard our voices or seen us on email, I would just love to kind of put a face to the name here. So here's our team. I'm going to go ahead and pass it off, and we will do a little intro of our wonderful George P. Johnson sponsor relations team.
Thank you, Lauren. Hi, this is Lori Bowers. I am the overall SSPM lead for your George P. Johnson sponsor relations team. You will see some new and familiar faces this year. We have Bianca Lee, who is our Platinum, Gold, and Silver Relations Manager. Minnie is our Bronze and Exhibitor Relations Manager. Caroline Gutierrez manages all of the sponsor sessions. And we have Jessie Weedham. She will be acting as our team mentor. And our next slide shows our extended GPJ sponsor relations teams. They are all located in the San Francisco area. Avery is our sponsor relations and housing manager. Eris Garcia is our event registration project manager. And Harry is also an event housing manager. We have Linda Weingarten, who is our event exhibit operations manager. So we are looking forward to working with you guys this year.
Great. Thank you, Lori. Okay, so now I'm going to hand it off to Julie Legal, who is our VP Dreamforce Chair, and she is going to walk us through what's in store for Dreamforce 2014 from a marketing, branding, PR, and social perspective. Julie?
Great, thanks so much, and thanks everyone for joining and for being such a valuable part of our partner community. Of course, Dreamforce is an amazing event, and it's made even more amazing by the partnership of our amazing ecosystem. So Dreamforce 13, for those of you who weren't there, was simply an amazing show, or to steal a word from Mark Benioff, it was epic or phenomenal. And really the world was watching. In terms of the size and scale, we officially became the largest software conference in the world, which was unbelievable, something that we could never have expected 12 years ago when we did the first Dreamforce. And it's really just something that we are so excited about. But more exciting was the response, the phenomenal response we got from the press, from the industry, from our customers, and of course from our partners. So Dreamforce this year is going to be October 13th through the 16th right here in San Francisco. Hopefully you all already know that, have that date written down. And of course, our team has been working pretty much since the day after last year's Dreamforce to start planning and make sure that this year will be even bigger and better than anything we've ever done before. If you've never been to Dreamforce, just to break down the program, it's 4 amazing days to really get the best that Salesforce.com has to offer. First and foremost, it's about the learning. It's about our 1,400 plus breakout sessions, many hands-on training opportunities, the chance to network and meet with product experts, and of course the thousands of demos and solutions that are showcased in our 2 cloud expos, including our solutions, but more importantly, the solutions that our amazing network of partners will be bringing to showcase in our 2 expos in Moscone North and Moscone West this year. Second, it's about the networking. We will once again be doing our fabulous welcome reception opening party. We will once again be doing our Dreamforce Gala. We'll be announcing a band later this summer. Of course, you throw many parties, and we throw our big App Bash for you, and all these other ways that you can connect with attendees on the plaza, at breakfast, at lunch, casually, all these opportunities for them to connect with each other, but more importantly, to connect with you. And finally, it's about the inspiration, the sort of secret sauce that makes Dreamforce a little bit different, a little bit special compared to some other sort of comparable shows, if those even exist. It's bringing in speakers like, the Prime Minister of Haiti and Sheryl Sandberg and Tony Robbins and Sir Richard Branson, some of the speakers we've had over the past 2 Dreamforces that really don't just talk about the industry, but talk about sort of the world and their personal connection and leave our attendees feeling inspired and transformed to think not just about the future of their business, but sort of the future of the world. This year, this conference, the reason that we do this is, of course, all about customer success. It helps our attendees sell, service, market, and succeed better than ever before. If you have not yet been to the Dreamforce website, which I'll show you a glimpse of next, we do have an entire Why Attend page with an ROI calculator that uses some of these metrics, as well as sort of some information on why different groups should attend, highlighting the success that people in marketing, people in sales, IT, admin see by coming to Dreamforce year after year. And as I mentioned, the Dreamforce website is live. It's a great resource if you have people in your organization or customers you're working with who are looking to understand Dreamforce. That website has the latest and greatest on the program. Of course, it will continue to expand as we flesh out even more of the details, announce speakers, the band, add even more sessions. I believe we have over 400 up there right now, but we will have over 1,400 in total this year. Also suggest you check out our new, we like to call it our sizzle reel, Dreamforce highlights video, which is right there on the home page. Definitely a great way to get yourself amped up for Dreamforce. We've also begun our marketing surge. We have done email drops, homepage, login page promos, and social promos to everyone in sort of our universe. These emails went to our customer base to announce, first of all, that registration went live, and then that we extended our initial pricing of $8.99 to May 14th. We are currently at $9.99 pricing, which is our super early bird pricing, set to expire on June 19th. We've also begun our internal marketing surge. Salesforce has grown. We've started this tradition of doing an internal campaign to get our salespeople really excited about Dreamforce so they get all of their customers to come. And this year, like last year, we've continued the theme of Dreamforce makes our salespeople sales superheroes because it's just such a great selling event. So this has gone up, photographing our real AEs, but dressing them up like superheroes to highlight all the great sales success they can have by getting their customers to Dreamforce. We've also begun our social marketing, as I mentioned. There's 2 programs that will be back this year. One is Road to Dreamforce. If you got a chance to tune in, we did a weekly live broadcast, about a half-hour show, using our Salesforce studio about Dreamforce. It was intended to both, drum up excitement for people who were deciding whether they should register, and also to get our registered attendees prepared for what they're going to see on site. We'll be kicking that off on July 8th. It'll be Tuesdays at 11 a.m. again. We'll also be doing our Dreamforce blogs. That'll be kicking off earlier in June. Those will be going up on Thursday. And whenever we can, we'll be kind of trying to cross-promote doing the topics together. So once Salesforce Live starts, expect the blogs to reference the shows. So it'll be great marketing synergy there. And, of course, all the other stuff we're doing on our social networks. If you're not already following Dreamforce on Facebook or on Twitter, we do tons of posting in there, including daily Facebook posts with some themes, announcing big programs, and also just keeping the momentum going for Dreamforce. Just to quickly walk you through the agenda, as a reminder, we are doing a Monday through Thursday schedule again this year, which is the same as last year, but different from, I know, what we had done for the prior Dreamforces before that. We will have a full day of content on Monday, full day of breakout sessions. The Cloud Expo will open at noon. We do anticipate doing both of our partner keynotes that morning, the App Exchange partner keynote first, and then the Cloud Alliance partner keynote. Please do keep in mind all of this is subject to change, but this is sort of the latest and greatest. We'll likely do an innovation panel that evening, and then, of course, our welcome reception. Tuesday, we always open up with our big Mark Benioff keynote, who will be on stage. No one really knows yet, but for sure it'll be an amazing keynote. The Cloud Expo will open immediately after that, as will breakout sessions. We'll do a special guest speaker that afternoon, evening. Last year, this was a slot where we had Martha Meyer of Yahoo. This year, we're looking at some great speakers, hoping to be able to announce something soon. And we'll be doing a Dreamforce Gala and UCSF benefit that night. And just to curtail any questions, no, I will not be sharing the band today. Wednesday, we will once again be doing a full day of breakout sessions. Also, the Cloud Expo will be open all day. We'll also be continuing our tradition of product keynotes, and those will be running simultaneously throughout most of the day. We'll have our special guest keynote speaker again that evening. Last year, this is where Sheryl Sandberg spoke. Sorry, I can't speak, on Lean In. And that night, we know there's always a ton of partner parties and our App Bash. And then on Thursday, we will be doing breakout sessions till about 2 o'clock. The Cloud Expo will be open till about that hour as well. We also anticipate doing our inspirational programming that day. It's where Tony Robbins spoke 2 years ago, Deepak Chopra and Wayne Dyer spoke last year, looking at some great speakers again this year. And then, of course, we like to close out with our Mark and Parker Q&A session. The Dreamforce campus is once again a great footprint in downtown San Francisco, bigger but not necessarily more far-flung than it's been in the past. I want to highlight a few things that are new. First is we have a new keynote room that we'll be building. So no more tiny keynote room right outside the main keynote room. The room that was known as Gateway Ballroom will not be a keynote room this year. Instead, we are building an all-new keynote room on the 3rd floor of Moscone West, which is going to be great for that entire building, great for those of you who are lucky enough to be in Moscone West as exhibiting sponsors. And we anticipate doing half of the product keynotes up there, as well as some of our special sessions, Mark and Parker Q&A, for instance, overflow for all of our keynote viewing. So just yet another great draw, and it will be a much bigger room than what we had with Gateway. I think it's around 4,000 people. So we're planning on just making that a really great, really special space and something that will sort of be the crown jewel of Moscone West. What we're going to be doing in that Gateway Ballroom space down in the basement of Moscone South, just outside the keynote room, is turning that into our all-news industry zone. So we did have an industry zone last year, as you've probably seen through some of the announcements and some of the things we've been doing on our Salesforce One World Tour. Industries are becoming an even bigger focus for us. So we're giving that team this amazing space, right in the heart of the campus, for them to turn into sort of whatever they want. And they are still trying to figure out exactly what that's going to be. We do not know yet whether or not there's going to be sponsorship opportunities at the industry zone, but rest assured, as soon as that is decided one way or another, I'm sure that your partner managers will be reaching out to you to let you know what options are. But right now, we just know it's going to be an industry zone. We know it's going to be great, and Vivek Kundra's organization over here is working very hard to scope that out and decide where that's going to be. We've also added the Century Theaters. For those of you who live in San Francisco, that is the movie theater that is set up above the San Francisco Shopping Center. It's going to be a great space for us. It's right in the heart of our campus, right there, very close to Moscone West, very short walk from the Intercon. And what it's going to give us, I think it's 12 theaters in that theater complex with, great screens, great audiovisual, and we'll be running breakout sessions in there. So another way that we're just going to be expanding what we do. A few other things to call out that have moved around. We've moved the small and medium business zone. Will be moved up to the Hilton, since that will no longer be on the 3rd floor of West. And we're looking at the App Exchange Partner Zone, which was also up in West, will be over in the Weston Market Street. Other than that, not too many major changes. Really working on creating a campus that makes sense, that makes as many programs as possible located in a single place, so people feel like they have a sense of home during the day that they're participating in that program. And once again, not expanding the footprint so much as deepening the footprint within the area that we are already taking over in San Francisco. What's new this year? So as I mentioned, bigger and better industries presence than ever before. Again, not really surprised, and as I mentioned, that will come to life physically in that Gateway Ballroom, but also no doubt through more breakout sessions and more ways that we weave that through all of our content. We've moved the Dreamforce up to the Success community. I'll talk about that a little bit, but hopefully you guys already know our standalone Dreamforce chatter org is no more. We've moved everyone over to the Success community, where over 1 million Salesforce users were already connecting and collaborating with each other. So this is great, great win for all of us, great win for you as sponsors who can get in and see what attendees are doing right now, even if you haven't registered yet. We are blowing out our foundation presence. Giving back is going to be one of our key pillars this year. Mark really brought the foundation out front and center last year by making Haiti one of the key stories he talked about in his keynote. And we expect that momentum to continue, and we're partnering with the foundation to figure out how we can make volunteering and the visibility of the foundation even bigger this year. That new keynote room that I mentioned on the 3rd floor of Moscone West, again, we're very excited about that. We have done a keynote there in the past for one of our San Francisco-only events, and again, as I've mentioned, it's a great space and a lot more capacity, and it's going to be a real draw for Moscone West. And finally, it's the big question mark. So we did launch Salesforce One at Dreamforce last year. Of course, all of our customers instantly had access to it, but the ones who are at Dreamforce could go to trainings, could go to success clinics, could go to the product campground and get their questions answered and understand exactly what Salesforce One meant to them. And so the same will apply this year. No doubt we will be announcing new things. No doubt we can't talk about it yet. But of course, the people at Dreamforce will be able to go experience those new announcements firsthand, get hands-on, talk to experts, and that's sort of the magic and power of Dreamforce. And as I mentioned, we have moved to the Success community. If you use Salesforce, which I hope and assume most of you already do, you can get into the Success community right now. I hope you've already done that. But if you haven't, you can just go to success.salesforce.com and log in using the same credentials you use to access Salesforce. If you haven't gone in and updated your profile with a picture and a little bit about you, I absolutely suggest you do that. And even if you haven't registered for Dreamforce yet, you can join some of the Dreamforce groups. We are automatically adding all registrants to the All Dreamforce group, but we've created a bunch of other groups, and then other employees and attendees and partners have gone ahead and started creating groups organically on their own. And there's a Dreamforce 14 page which you can use as sort of a springboard to discover all of those groups. And you can see what people are talking about. And it's been really great. It's been really powerful. We've already seen some of our registrants marketing to people who are on the fence about registering. So it's just a great thing having all these people in one place. I do want to remind you, because it comes up every year in the old Dreamforce Chatter app, that our attendees are sensitive to what they perceive as spam, particularly in the All Dreamforce group, because that's the group that everyone is added to. It's got, I think we're up to 8,000 or 9,000 members already, probably more actually. So that's not a great place to post things like come by the booth to win an iPad. That is often perceived as spam. What it is a great place for is for our attendees to ask questions and also to promote new groups that you might have created. So I would suggest using other groups to promote your services or whatever it is you're trying to do at Dreamforce. You know, is it the right industry group for you? Is it the right role group for you? Service, sales, marketing. Those are better places to reach your audience. And of course, if you want to create a group because there isn't a group that already fits your needs, you can announce that in All Dreamforce, because it's a great way to drive attendance for all of the rest of our groups. Oops, and I accidentally skipped ahead 2 slides. I apologize to the sponsor team. I believe that was it on my end. I, of course, will stick around for questions, and I will pass it back over to our sponsor team.
With every new year comes new partners, new ideas, and new opportunities. Dreamforce sponsorship is growing year over year, which results in greater returns to our partners. New benefits, new sponsorship levels, enrolled, for example, and more sponsors are on the show floor this year. This creates a larger partner ecosystem, producing more connections, more collaboration, and more success for all of our partners. We have a wide spectrum of old and new a la carte opportunities to help you guys expand your presence, i.e. footprint, in Dreamforce through various categories such as conference hospitality, transportation, hotel branding, branding and signage, expansion packages, activity-driven opportunities, etc. Be sure to check out the latest version of Perspectives in early June for our new release of a la carte. A new update for this year, we have updated the format of our Dreamforce newsletters. It's a downloadable version that's easier to read, less content with the same amount of information. So we're trying to increase consumption of these newsletters.
Yes, I wanted to point out the Exhibitor Resource Center this year. We have refreshed it a little bit, so it's a little cleaner, more streamlined, and easier to use, hopefully, for all of you. I'm hoping that all of you have already visited the ERC, but just wanted to point out a couple of areas to your attention. But that's the welcome page. The next big page we want you to look at is your deadlines and deliverables. This will have all of your tasks that are relevant to your sponsorship level, noting your due date and the description and information that you'll need to submit in order to complete that task. So we have broken the task down into 5 different areas. Basically your general company information, then sponsor fulfillment tasks, your expo booth tasks. If your sponsorship includes any speaking sessions as a benefit, there will be a specific task for those. And if you have purchased any a la carte, there will be tasks aligned to those also. So pretty easy to navigate to see what you have to do. We will continue to update the dates and descriptions, so please continue to come back regularly and check for updates in that section. The next section to point out is your resource area. This is where we have the success tips, information on these sponsor support calls, newsletters, any green initiatives out there, the co-marketing toolkit, FAQs, partner guidelines, and also archives regarding news resources as well. So a great place for you to go to get the latest, greatest information on these areas. We also have a section specific to the Cloud Expo Hall. This will have your schedule for move-in and move-out hours, the rules and regulations for the hall, floor plans, turnkey and meeting room renders, as well as shipping instructions. And then lastly, to point out the forms glossary. This is a great resource. It has all the forms available that you'll need. Many forms are kind of embedded within the tasks themselves, so if you're having any difficulty locating those forms within the task, you can always go to the forms glossary, and we'll have all of the forms here as well. Note that we do have some coming soon. You'll see in this area, but those that are available, you can just click on the link, and it will open up the form for you. And then just to point out, we do have your contacts listed here. There's some information on registration and housing. And later on at the end of July, we'll have booth selection ready for you to begin your booth selection process. So if there's any questions on the ERC, please reach out to your GPTA Relations Manager, and we will be happy to help you.
All right, so what's next for sponsors? We have highlighted important dates that I encourage you to mark in your calendars. June 2nd, we will be releasing our additional a la carte. So we'll send out an email blast, but also be sure to check the updated prospectus, which can be found on the Dreamforce website, and it will also be posted to the ERC. June 3rd at 9 a.m., sales open for all of these additional a la cartes, so be sure to have your checkbook open and ready to submit. I just wanted to also reiterate that any additional a la cartes purchased before the booth selection begins will increase your position in the booth queue. So a good way to position yourself for booth selection. April 8th, we kicked off our sponsor weekly office hours. They will run through October 7th on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific time. This is an open forum for Q&A about Dreamforce sponsorships and benefits, as well as to answer any questions about Dreamforce, sponsor-related, just a place to come and ask questions. June 30th, the booth queue officially locks for all confirmed sponsors at that date. We will compile all sponsors. You will also have the opportunity to check out the booth queue, which is in the ERC, to see where you fall in line. July 1st, so the first week of July, booth selection begins. So you will be receiving an email from your GPJ Partner Relations Manager with information about how you will go about selecting your booth. So be on the lookout for that. And again, if you have any questions at all, I want to reiterate that your success is our top of mind. It's our main goal, so please let us know what we can do to help make your sponsorship the best it can be. As always, check the ERC for more information and be on the lookout for our sponsor newsletters. With that, that concludes our sponsor success call number 1. We will stay on the line for any questions. And if you have any additional questions you don't want to ask on the phone, please feel free to email the Partner Success email alias. Okay, so the first question, do all of the turnkey options say Platinum look the same? Yes, all of the Platinum turnkey booths do have the same structure. The renderings for those booths can be found in the ERC. Next question, will bronze exhibitors have enough time to set up Monday morning? Yes, we're doing the same setup hours as we did in 2013, which had enough time. Bronze sponsors have the option to move in on Monday from 8 to 11. Julie, I think this one's for you. Can you explain a little more on the new industry zone?
Sure. As I mentioned, we are going to have a new industry zone. It will be in the Gateway Ballroom right outside the main keynote room in Moscone North. It is currently in development, so we don't really have any details yet, but stay tuned for more.
Thank you. Looks like we have a question. I submitted a number of deliverables via email in March. I do not see them in the ERC. Do I need to resubmit them? I would reach out to your Partner Relations Manager and make sure they did receive those deliverables. They probably uploaded them to the ERC. If not, I would work with them to get them uploaded. Next question, will there be 2 expo areas again? Yes, we will have the expo in North Hall, Hall D, as similar to last year, and the other expo will be in Moscone West, Level 1, same location as last year. The next question, will the booth areas be the same as last year? In terms of booth structure, yes. An overall floor plan footprint, yes. The actual footprint of the overall show floor is not going to be the same as last year. We will have a new layout. Question about the deck. Yes, we will post the deck and the recording to the ERC after this call. Looks like the other question, is Moscone North the original expo hall? Yes, this is. Are the booth graphic layouts the same as last year? Yes, the booth graphic layouts are the same. We're using the same structures as last year, so the dimensions have not changed. It's the same look. If you forgot what that looks like, you can reference the renderings on the ERC. What are the rules for hosting off-site events? We ask that you inform us of any events that you are hosting. There is a form on the ERC for you to fill out. We don't mandate that you can have an event or not have an event. We just want to know what's going on so that we can tell our partner community as well as the customers and all of the attendees. So the form is on the ERC for you to fill out and submit to us. Looks like we have a question. What different level of sponsorship booths will be in North and West Halls? The North Hall will have all levels, so exhibitor through Diamond. The West Hall will have levels exhibitor through Titanium. And it looks like that concludes all of the questions for this call. Again, if we didn't answer any questions or you want to email us, please do so at the partner alias email address. And I thank you, Julie and Lori, for your time this afternoon, as well as sponsors. Thank you for joining the call. We look forward to working with you this year for a successful Dreamforce.